Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're talking about how to get smell back after COVID. So there are nerves in our nose that identify smells, and then certainly on our tongue we have these taste buds. And together these two things combine and go up to our brain where flavor is recognized and really appreciated. So without a great sense of smell, it can affect taste, which affects nutrition and joy of eating, can lead to depression, and it can even be a danger if you can't smell foods and understand if it's spoiled or safe to eat. I created a video prior, as you maybe saw, about how to get taste back after COVID, and I got good feedback saying that those nutrition tricks that I mentioned are helping people, which makes me so happy, and why I wanted to create this video for you. In case you tried those things and it's not working for you, this would be the third option to try. So I'll link that previous video at the end of this video, but I'm actually Oswald, registered dietitian and founder of Oswald Digestive Clinic, where we help people improve and eliminate bothersome gut issues like gas, bloat, diarrhea, and or constipation. And you can work with us one of two ways. You can schedule a free gut health call at the link below to work with us one-on-one, or you can join us in our Heal Your Gut course. So without further ado, let's dive right into the video. And I do want to do a little disclaimer first, saying I have a canker sore on my tongue, so my words might not come out as they normally do, and I know why I got that, and that's a whole nother story, maybe for another video if you're interested in hearing what can cause canker sores. But let's just dive right in and talk about smell and olfactory training today. So to start, I just want to share that there is a meta-analysis, which is basically a summary of all these other studies that Mayo Clinic did on 24 studies spanning 13 countries on over 8,000 individuals who had confirmed COVID, and they found that about 41% of people after having COVID are struggling to get their sense of smell back. So if this is you, please know you're not alone, and people have been having some positive benefits from using olfactory training, otherwise known as smell training. So this has been studied in the past for things like head injuries, elderly, which often lose their sense of smell and taste as they get older, and then also for post-viruses, which is why it's being looked at for post-COVID loss of smell. And it's being recommended per the research that if you have had a loss of smell for longer than 2 weeks after having COVID, this would be something to try. So let's dive in and talk a little bit more about how do you even do this. So olfactory training or smell training is basically just retraining these nerves to smell again. So we have this olfactory bulb and all these nerves that are just at the top of our nose here. And that's what sends the signals to the brain to recognize different smells. Now, after the common cold or a virus or something like COVID, these nerves can get damaged. But the good news is that they can repair themselves. And there's research showing that olfactory training, otherwise known as smell training, can help this repair process and to speed up this repair process. How long it takes, it really depends upon the person. It could take anywhere from 4 months to over 2 years. And doctors typically recommend at least trying it for 4 months to see if it is making any difference. So another way to think about this and how this tool works is, say you broke your leg. You go to physical therapy, right, to help your leg recover quicker. It probably would have healed on its own, but the physical therapy can help speed up the process. So this olfactory training or smell training is sort of like physical therapy for your nose. So let's talk about now, how do you even get started with this? And it's a lot simpler than you might think. So there are two ways that you can go about it. You can go the fancy way, or you can go the do-it-yourself at home, no need to buy extra things way. So the fancy way would be to actually buy the essential oils that was used in the research. There are 4 different oils that were used, and we'll talk about those in a bit. You would take these essential oils and put them on some watercolor paper or a cotton ball, and then put it into a brown amber jar, and that's to kind of block the light from coming in so that the oils don't get damaged. And then you just put the lid on, and then when you're doing the smell training, you're just going to take the lid off, put it back on. Now, if you don't want to buy anything new, you can also use household items like coffee, peanut butter. The difference is if you're using the essential oils from say Amazon, you're going to your local shop, Pranarum essential oils is what I use. I really like that company. I'll link that below for you. But you're going to get more consistency in the smell, which might be able to help you better track how your progress is going with using smell training versus if you're using household items. As you might know, when you grind coffee, it has a lot of aroma at first, and then over the days and weeks, that aroma kind of dies down. So it can be hard to know the progress that you're making if the tool that you're using is changing in how potent the smell is. So there are 6 categories of smell, and these were developed in the early 1900s. And in the research for olfactory training, they use flowery, fruity, spicy, resonance, and the 2 that aren't used for more obvious reasons are burnt and putrid. And so the actual oils that are used for these 4 categories that are used include eucalyptus, cloves, rose, and lemon. And so if you want to go the route of having very consistent data, you can go buy these essential oils, get watercolor paper, because that's going to really trap and hold that oil and that odor better, and put it in those amber jars. Put about 5 to 6 drops of each of those on the watercolor paper in the jar and just close the lid. And we're going to talk about how to actually do the smell training in a bit here. If you're using household items, just decide what you want to use and keep it the same throughout the whole smell training process. So whether it's peanut butter or vanilla or lemon or oranges or coffee grounds, etc., you can really use anything. It's just, it'll work with anything per the researchers. However, it's not kind of what the research had been done on. So now let's talk about how to actually do it, because there's a very specific technique. It sounds simple at first, like, oh, just smell these, but you have to do little bursts of smell. So you're trying to get the odors to go up and touch that olfactory bulb, those nerves, and this thing called neurogenesis, or basically you're helping the nerves regrow. Our body has this amazing ability to heal, and these nerves up on this olfactory bulb are the same. And so you want to do these short little bursts of smell to get that odor up to your olfactory bulb. And so you're going to do this twice a day for 20 seconds each time with each of the smells. So it's these little bunny sniffs again. And then also you're going to want to really think about that smell, because you're trying to train the brain as well as this olfactory bulb to connect. And so you want to think about your memories of the smell, like what do you imagine when you're thinking of lemons, and what do you remember that smell to be like if you were to be cutting a fresh lemon or a fresh orange. And really those whole 20 seconds that you're sniffing the odor, really try to create as much kind of thought and emotion around it as possible. So do this twice daily, again, for at least 4 months, and then use some sort of form to kind of track your progress. So maybe you can use a scale of 1 to 10 on just paper, maybe use the Notes app on your phone to see, how much it's actually working and helping you. So one thing I want to warn you about that might happen on this process of regenerating those nerves is something called parosmia. And this is the unpleasant smell. So maybe you have this orange and you're really doing the smell training and you're starting to get some smell back, but it's not smelling like it used to. It's an unpleasant smell, or parosmia is the name for that. So this can actually happen as the nerves are regenerating, and it's probably a good sign. So just keep going and document that on your sheet. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Let me know if you try this and if it helps you in the comments below. I will also link our previous video on 2 ways and 2 nutrition tricks to help get taste back after COVID. And then subscribe to our channel, hit the bell next to the subscribe button to get notified of new videos that we post every Tuesday at 10 a.m. And I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next week, Tuesday at 10 a.m. All right, bye.